good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don with you in the Dr. Don Weather Center as we're watching some pretty heavy thunderstorms rumble across East Alabama and West Georgia on your Friday afternoon. Right now, nothing severe, but some pretty respectable and heavy thunderstorms. Ordinarily, the threshold for going live is a severe thunderstorm warning, or obviously a tornado warning. But neither in this case, just some heavy thunderstorms. But I wanted to come on and spend a few minutes with you and kind of tell you where they're at and where they're going and what they look like. And we'll start in Randolph County because that's a pretty heavy thunderstorm. We do have a hail marker, so there is a 90% chance that we do have hail occurring right on the Randolph County, Clay County line between 77 and 48. Just a little bit north of Malone. And we'll go in a little bit tighter on this. And you can see that we're talking about just to the northeast of Malone is where the probable hail is falling, just south of R.L. Harris Dam, right there on right around Flat Rock. Let's see if we can. There's Cragford. Cragford probably getting a little bit of hail. And maybe that's a little bit too close. But yeah, right around the Flat Rock Park area. Everybody knows where that's at. Now, this is not a very fast-moving storm. It's moving off to the east. I'll put the track on here for you and show you that we're moving off to the east at around 16 miles per hour. So this is a rather slow-moving storm for this time of year. We're looking at Cornhouse Creek in about 38 minutes in Randolph County. We're talking about Rock Stand in about 48 minutes and Tin Shop in about 57. Now, Roanoke, you're going to get some of this. You're going to get the southern end of it. I think the absolute heaviest part of it, though, stays a little bit north of Roanoke, maybe halfway between Roanoke and Wedowee is where the heaviest part of this storm will cross 431. If it holds together, right now it's showing all indications that it will. Now, we've had some pretty decent hail, lightning showing up on radar. The larger lightning bolts that you see, those are the most recent and strongest strikes. And that one just south of the Friendship Community was about 2 minutes ago. There's a brand new one that just popped up 33 seconds ago. That one's just north of Malone. And then you see a lot of smaller strikes there just north of the cell up there around Highway 48 and up around R.L. Harris Dam. So we got a new track that just came in, so let's reposition and we'll put that on. We still got Cornhouse in about 37 minutes, Tin Shop in about 56 minutes, and still have a pretty decent hail marker right there. It's not very large. It's a small area, and the hail is probably not very big. We have an 80% chance of hail, only a 20% chance of severe hail. So the size somewhere probably around 1/4 of an inch hail is falling there. But if you're in that general vicinity, if you've got time to do so safely, you might want to cover that vehicle up just to be on the safe side. Getting a lot of photographs in on Facebook, and boy, some nasty-looking clouds. I got one photograph earlier this afternoon from down around Beulah, or down around Casita, of a beautiful wall cloud. Very dangerous-looking storm. Even had a lowering base, or it appeared to have anyway. That's hard to tell from a photograph, but it looked like it did. But so far, no warnings on that storm, so that's good. And no warnings on this storm coming into Randolph County. We did have a significant weather advisory that was in effect until 4 o'clock for Clay County. That has since expired, and the Weather Service has not issued anything for Randolph County just yet. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for Montgomery County down in central Alabama. So let me zoom out, and we'll show you the big picture. Just as I told you on the primetime forecast last night, we expected these storms to primarily stay south of I-20, and that is exactly what they're doing. And hold on just a second, I need to check that. Okay, that was a report out of upstate South Carolina on a possible tornado that touched down up there. Anytime you hear that little chirp noise in the background, that means the word tornado has been mentioned by the National Weather Service. So if I'm in the middle of saying something and you hear that chirp and I stop talking, that's because that has gained my attention. I have to go look and see what that is. So anyway, back to the radar. We'll give you a little tour. We've got that heavy storm up in Randolph. We've got a light shower and maybe a couple of small areas of heavy embedded rain down in Chambers County. They're just north of Lafayette. Nasty looking storm over in Troup County. We have a nasty looking storm back over in Coosa County. And then you see south of I-85, just numerous showers and thunderstorms all over the place down there. One severe thunderstorm warning down here for Barber County in southeast Alabama. And I think we also have one down north of Andalusia. We have a severe thunderstorm warning there as well. So let's go back up and talk about the stuff right here at the house. And this storm over in Troup County is the storm that was down there around Valley that I got the photograph of earlier that had a wall cloud and what appeared to be a lowering base in the photograph. Again, that's very hard to determine by a photograph, but it certainly looked that way. This is that storm. The structure is very good. You see the inflow notch down here at the bottom. We have the hail up here at the top of the frame, and this thing continues to move off. The track showing it moving northeast. I think it's moving a little bit more to the right of northeast. But if you're up there anywhere around the I-85 and the I-185 interchange, this storm's coming right at you. Mostly the eastern side of LaGrange is going to get the heavy rain out of this one as it continues to move on off to the east, northeast. And then down in Lee County, just to the east of Beauregard, we've got some rain. And that's south of Beulah, down around Smith Station. Auburn, Opelika, pretty good right now, just some light rain. One small cell moving to the east up there around Oak Bowery, between Waverly and Oak Bowery. But that's not showing any signs of going severe. And then down in central Alabama, just south of Montgomery, there's the severe thunderstorm warning that caught just the southern end of Montgomery County. And then that carries right down Highway 331 down into Laverne and just north of Brantley. Then if we go back over a little bit further to the west, most of Watauga County is good. Been storming off and on all day down in Dallas County, Selma area. Selma's got a small one there now, and a heavier one just south of Selma, but it's a very small cell. That's moving off to the northeast, so you folks watch us over in Watauga County. You've got a couple of small cells to the south of you that's moving your general direction. As we go back up to the north, just west of Alexander City, let's put this in motion and see if we can get it to load and kind of give you an idea of which way this stuff is moving. The system as a whole is moving east, but some of the individual storms, the stronger ones, are kind of taking on a northeast component. So you folks in Alexander City, this one is just to the west of you. You may catch part of that, but I think the heaviest part of that's probably going to run up around Hollis or Hollins and end up in southeastern Clay maybe, or straddle the Clay, Coosa, Tallapoosa County line as it continues to move off to the northeast. This may be another Randolph County storm we have to watch. This stuff over here in northern Coosa County. And let me turn the motion off on it so we can kind of zoom in and look at that. Again, these two cells, they'll probably merge as they continue to move off to the east, northeast. So Stewartville, Goodwater, maybe Alexander City, maybe Millerville, New Site. We're going to have to watch this storm over here as it moves off to the northeast. Could end up in Randolph County too, especially over here in southeast Randolph County. Most of Clay is in good shape right now. There's nothing really going on except for the very tail end of that storm moving into Randolph that's coming out of Clay. from maybe about 5 or 6 miles east of Lineville all the way into Randolph County, and that is moving to the east. Got one heavy cell sitting over Talladega, one small cell right there at Childersburg, and then as we go back down into Coosa County, pretty good sized storm there to the south and maybe a little bit southeast of Blue Springs. And we have a significant weather advisory now for Clay County. I'll just read it to you. Significant weather advisory for southeastern Talladega, northern Chilton, southern Shelby, northern Perry, southern Bibb, northwestern Coosa, southwestern Clay counties until 5:15. That is going to be for this storm I'm talking about. The one that may end up in Clay and Randolph coming out of Coosa County. We've just been discussing that one. Let's see. Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm along a line extending from near Chilton or in Chilton County. The line extended from Unity to near Chilton County Motorsports Park to near Heidelberg. Movement is off to the northeast at around 20 miles per hour. Wind gusts of 40 miles per hour will be possible with these storms. Some of the locations in the path of this storm include Sylacauga, Callear, Clanton, Montevallo, Brent, Centerville, Jefferson. That's going way back off to the west from this. Just a pretty good sized storm. I think maybe they're talking about this one. Yeah, that makes better sense. But we have two that we're going to have to watch because both of these are going to end up over here in Clay County, I think. So anyway, there's your significant weather advisory, and that is, now I'm looking at the graphics. It is for, let me just turn the telestrator on, I'll show you. They are giving a significant weather advisory for this entire cluster of storms. And it's moving in this general direction. But that's what they're giving out the significant weather advisory for, right there. All right, so going back over here to the Randolph County storm. You run the track on it. Well, we've lost the storm markers. All right, brand new severe thunderstorm warning now for Troup County. This is for central and southern Troup County. This is for the storm that was down there around Valley about 30 minutes ago. Let me get the text of this one up and we'll read it to you. All right, this is a severe thunderstorm warning for Troup and Meriwether counties in West Georgia. Hang on. All right, severe thunderstorm warning for central Meriwether County in west central Georgia and southeastern Troup County in west central Georgia. This warning is in effect until 6:15 p.m. At 5:26 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Big Springs, that's in Troup County, or 7 miles southeast of LaGrange, moving to the east at 25 miles per hour. This will affect LaGrange, Greenville, Woodbury, Warm Springs, Gay, Mountville, Stovall, Harris City for the next hour or so. Again, that's a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Troup County. All right, folks, I'm about to go over and take a look at the chat room. if you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of this weather stuff or anything else, now's a good time to chime in there. Deborah Brown's watching us this afternoon. Hello to Linda. Kathleen is in there. Hello, Ruth Earl. Michelle Walker's got us going on. Hail and lots of lightning in Cragford. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Tim's watching from Roanoke. Heather is saying good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Heather. Carla is watching from Wedowee. Audrey is asking about Wedowee. This storm is probably going to stay a little bit. Let me get this over here. Well, you got the extreme north end of it getting into Wedowee. The hail core is staying south of 48, out there around the 48 bridge now, and moving off to the east. So, yeah, Wedowee, you're going to be on the extreme northern fringes of this storm as it moves off to the east. So, yeah, there will be periods of heavy rain in Wedowee. Right now, the lightning has really calmed down with this storm. We see some heavy lightning over around Napoleon, and then back there just south of Highway 48, just to the east of R.L. Harris Dam, or just north of R.L. Harris Dam. We've got some lightning over there, but this storm doesn't appear to be quite as strong as it was about 30 minutes ago. Now, you see that Clay County is outlined in blue. That is a special weather statement that's in effect until 5:15 for Clay County, and that's going to be for this stuff down here in Coosa County that's moving up to the east-northeast. We're going to come out so you can see both of those storms and the LaGrange storm, the Troup County storm that's moving off to the east. Thank you, Chance. Cindy's watching us in Roanoke, Alexander City. I think the storm that's over there in Coosa may clip Alexander City as well. I think it moves between Millerville and Clay and Alexander City and Tallapoosa. So, Alexander City, I think you're going to get a little bit off this next storm that comes through. Hello, Jonathan Jones. Long time no see. No deal. No see. For real, I guess I should say. I would just spent the day with him, so. Hello, Heather. Barbara's watching us. Barbara Parker. Kathy Ann Smith. Lightning and thunder. Guys, when you post weather conditions or something that's happening in your area, please be sure to put the town beside it so that I know exactly where you're posting from. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you watching. West Point Lake. Thank you, Melissa. That'd be a nice place to be this afternoon, even though there's some scattered thunderstorms around. I guess you're getting ready for the Memorial Day weekend. Hello, Sherry. Connie Steele. Hester is in there. Steely Hester. Watching in Tin Shop. Randall Lee is watching us this afternoon. Let's see here who else we got going on here. Hello, Sharon. There's Chance watching us in Wadley. Paula's watching from Lake Wedowee. Betty Robinson's watching us this afternoon. Heather, thank you, Heather. Lake Wedowee area. Michelle. Betty. There's Betty. She's in. I'm getting worried about you, Betty. Hadn't heard from you in a while. Norman Park, Georgia. Now, that's a new one on me, Alan, so you're going to have to educate me. I'm learning Georgia because that's where I live now, but I need you to educate me on where that's at. Let's see who else we got here. Okay, Angela, that's probably going to be hail. You have hail during the spring and summer months. You have sleet during the winter months. It may be as small as sleet, but this time of year, that would be hail. Patricia says she's got some pretty good clouds in the area. Roanoke's got us going on. Thank you, Gail. Patricia says that she is in Randolph County near Country Club Road, just north of Chambers. I know the area very well. Spent multiple years living in that area, so I know what you're talking about. Let's see who else we got here. Woodland, Alabama. Omaha. Yeah, Matt, you're a top fan, dude. How about that? Lanett, Alabama. You had a pretty heavy one come through earlier. That storm that came up I-85 out of Valley or Casita area and just kind of rode I-85 there for a while. Now it's turning off to the east. I don't see anything in your immediate future, Lanett, but when I zoom all the way out, you can see there are numerous showers and thunderstorms to your south, and all this stuff is moving generally east, but some of the storms are taking on a northern or northeastern component, so it wouldn't take a whole lot at all to get some more showers and thunderstorms in the Lanett area. So nothing threatening you right this moment, but there certainly could be some more coming down the road for you. Clay County, same thing. Clay, you're okay right this minute. You are under a special weather statement. That's where this big cluster of storms down here in Coosa, it's about to rotate up into Clay County. But right this moment, Clay County is okay. Clay, you've actually got two rounds coming at you. You got this one in Coosa, and this stuff down here in Chilton County may clip part of western Clay as it moves off to the northeast as well. Dale's in Roanoke. Stacy's watching us from Wadley. Thundering and lightning in Roanoke. Yeah, the heaviest of this cell is Roanoke. I know you probably got some rumbles of thunder down there, but it's obvious. The heaviest part of this storm is up there around Highway 48, or maybe just a tad bit south of 48, moving off to the east. Omaha, you probably got some pretty good rain going on. And we got Mike watching us from Bacon Level. How many radars have you ever seen that actually have Bacon Level on the screen? Huh? You see it right there, right? There's Bacon Level, Alabama, right there. I think population of Bacon Level is about 2. That'd be Mike, and that'd be Jimmy Johnson. I'm just picking on you, Bacon Level. Don't take it serious. I'm normally picking on Rock Mills. I'll get on them in a minute. Sherry, it's not supposed to get bad at all. But some of these storms have had a history of going severe this afternoon. So that's why we're here. We don't have a severe thunderstorm warning for any of our counties at the moment other than eastern and southeastern Troup County. That's the only county in our coverage area that's under a warning right now. We're not really expecting any tornadoes or anything like that. The main threat from these storms this afternoon will be gusty straight line winds, heavy rainfall because they're moving so slow. Some flash flooding is possible, dangerous lightning is possible, and some small hail. Now, anytime you have a thunderstorm, you cannot completely rule out the possibility of a brief spin-up tornado. I mean, that's always a possibility. So you can never say never. But the atmosphere just really isn't that conducive this afternoon for tornadic activity. Now, some of these storms have rotated. They look nasty. They have some pretty respectable-looking wall clouds. But we've had no reports of any, we hadn't had any tornado warnings. We've had some severe thunderstorm warnings with the possibility of a tornado, but this is not classic tornado weather this afternoon. Sharon's watching us in Roanoke. Alexander City has got another Sharon watching us. Seymour Drive, yeah. I know exactly where Seymour Drive is in Roanoke, Alabama. Graham, yeah, okay, this is going to stay south of Graham. The one that's in Randolph County right now will stay south of Graham. But you're going to get your turn before the afternoon's over with. You got rain coming. Woodland, Alabama is in the house. And you can probably see. Now, let's get in here. Yeah, Woodland, boy, you're just going to barely get away with this one. You got some light rain falling in Woodland, but the heaviest part of this storm is going to stay south of you. As a matter of fact, the absolute heaviest part of the cell right now is just east of Napoleon, south of Liberty East Baptist Church, north of Big Springs, northeast of Potash. That's where the possible hail is located at this hour. It's not a very big area, and we're not talking about severe hail. But that's it. Well, Dana got her weather radio that she won on Dr. Don's weather page. And she's upset because she is not home to see how well it works. Says she just stopped at John Boy's on her way home from work for something to eat. That'd be a great place to eat tonight. Well, Dana, there have been no warnings issued, so your radio probably has not activated unless you picked up that Troup County warning. Yeah, it may have gone off, probably not though. If you're on the Anniston Tower, and you should be, your radio hasn't. Now it has. We just got a severe thunderstorm warning for Clay County, so now your radio is going off at home, Dana. And you should be able to see that, though, when you get home. Your display will show it. All right, so here we go. We got a severe thunderstorm warning now. And let me get to the text of it, and I'll read it for you. All right, this is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for Clay and Coosa counties. Of east central Alabama. It takes just a second for the data to populate after they issue it. Here we go. Severe thunderstorm warning now for southern Talladega County in east central Alabama, southeastern Coosa County in east central Alabama, and southeastern Clay County in east central Alabama. This warning is in effect until 5 o'clock this afternoon. At 4:36 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Stewartville, moving to the northeast at 10 miles per hour. The hazard with this storm is 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail. It's radar indicated, and the impact will be hail damage to vehicles, and expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Some of the locations in the path of this storm include Sylacauga, Goodwater, Stewartville, Hanover, Parkdale, Hatchet, Overbrook, and Hollins. So this is the storm I've been talking about for the last 15 or 20 minutes down here in extreme northern Coosa County. So let's just zoom in down here and take a look at it. And you can see the hail core right there. That blue area is the hail core. And it's moving off to the east-northeast. This track has got it going more northeast, and it could be. Well, let's go ahead and put it in motion. To see what's happening, and you'll notice up here on the Randolph County storm there for a second it was showing it moving north, and then it veered back to the right. So I don't want to, at this point, say this storm is definitely moving with a heading of northeast, because I think the radar may be picking up on some of that gusty wind in there, and it may be giving it a false reading on the direction. I think it's more of an east-northeast instead of a northeast. So, yeah, Millerville, I think you're in direct line. Goodwater, I think you're in direct line with this storm. Good news is I'm now thinking this storm back over Chilton County is probably going to stay out of Clay. It may definitely end up in Talladega County, like Childersburg and Talladega and back over toward Vincent. But I think that second one back there over Chilton County will stay out of Clay. But this one down here in Coosa County most definitely is going to run Clay County. So let's get it back. And that's a little easier to see. You can see the motion a little better there. So there you go, Clay County. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning now for a severe thunderstorm that is down in extreme northern Coosa County, just to the northeast of Weguffca, moving off to the northeast this afternoon, and it's moving at 24 miles per hour. Bleecker Junction. All right, there's another one. Y'all have thrown two at me this afternoon. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, for real. Oh, hello, Perry Lee Brown Jr. Nice to have you watching us from Oklahoma City. I was in Oklahoma City about 2 months ago. Actually went down to Norman, Oklahoma, and toured the Storm Prediction Center. Cool place. So, Jason, educate me on Bleecker Junction. I'm assuming it's in Clay County if you're hearing thunder. So again, if you're just joining us, a severe thunderstorm warning is now in effect for Clay County. And this severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 5 p.m. A severe thunderstorm was located over Stewartville, moving to the northeast at around 10 miles per hour. Locations in the path of this storm include Sylacauga. I don't think this storm, it may barely catch Sylacauga, but the meat of it's going to stay south of Sylacauga. Goodwater, Stewartville, Hanover, Parkdale are all going to see this one. And go in a little tighter, get some of the other communities in the path of this storm. Mount Olive, this is in Coosa County. Hollins County, coming right at Hollins. Brownsville in southern or southwestern Clay County. Roselle, Millerville, Glades. If it continues in the same path, we're probably looking at Harkins Crossroads, High Pine, Ashland proper, coming right at you, Ashland. Shiloh, Lineville, and on down the road, probably Clarfield community. Let me go back and put the track on it. And again, I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit further to the right than what the radar is giving us, but let me okay, it's being contrary. So let me reset it right quick. Okay, folks asking about Chambers County. Right now, nothing crazy coming at you, Chambers County. You just got some rain down there, and in Elmore County, that's going to come up through southern Tallapoosa County and may end up over in Chambers. But right now, nothing major in Chambers. You got some heavy rain up there in the northeast corner. of Chambers County, but nothing severe or even heavy coming at Chambers County right now. Got a little lightning in Omaha. Betty says now she sees a little ray of sunlight. Well, Betty, that would be me. Okay, so Jason says that Bleecker is Salem. Okay, that's over here in East Alabama. I got you. We'll just have to put Bleecker on the map. How about that? All right, folks, the way this works, sometimes I go silent on you. That's because I'm checking some stuff. We do all this live. There's nothing about this pre-recorded or pre-canned. This is live and in living color. Sometimes we have time to chit-chat, and sometimes it gets busy quick. I don't expect that to be an issue this afternoon, though. All right, so I turned the watch warnings back on. You see the orange counties are the counties that are under a severe thunderstorm warning. The blue counties are special weather statements. All right, you folks over there down in the Columbus area and right along the Alabama-Georgia state line, right along the Coosa River. I was just looking. I'm getting some reports of some pretty heavy weather down there. I don't see anything. You do have some very heavy rainfall and an occasional lightning strike, but I don't see anything of any great concern in that area right now. Now, south of Columbus, on down there to the northeast of Eufaula, we got some nastiness going on down there. I mean, we got some big hail taking place down there to the south west of Buena Vista. Pretty nasty looking. Coming back up here in East Alabama, that storm that's been coming across Clay and Randolph for the last hour and a half, taking its sweet time, just trying its best to get out of Randolph over into northern Hurd. Actually, Hurd, you've got a couple of different sails going on right now. You got one near Central Hatchie. It's got a little hail. And then that storm coming out of Randolph County, just north of Big Springs, coming into Hurd County. And then back off to the west, Clay County is under a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's going to be for this storm coming out of northern Coosa, coming up into southwestern Clay. And then we have a couple of smaller individual cells over here in Talladega County, one right near Talladega, and then one east of Childersburg, that are pretty significant in themselves. I don't see any talk from the Weather Service on those two cells, but they're significant. and they may clip the northern part of Clay County as well. So the main reason we're here right now are these two warnings. These are two counties in our coverage area, so we're going to stay with it until those two counties go clear. We had a visit from the Vice President of the United States in Georgia this afternoon. I was just checking on that. Was advised that he is in the air and leaving Georgia. Great to have the President and the Vice President visit your state, but when you're in downtown Atlanta, when they motorcade through town, that's not cool. Trust me. I sat on 285 this afternoon for 2 hours. While the Vice President's motorcade was coming from Dobbins over to Norcross. And they completely shut down 285. Well, they completely shut down 75, 285, 400, Spaghetti Junction, and 85 North. And I just happened to be on the northeast side of the perimeter on 285 when all that happened. Did not move for 2 hours. It was not fun. I had good entertainment with me, though, so. All right, so, folks, we have a severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Clay County. That's going to be for this storm cell. The heaviest part of this storm cell right now is just north of Stewartville. That's where, if there is hail with this storm, that's where it would be. You see this hail marker right here. That's where the heaviest part of the storm would be. Bear with me while I do a couple of things here. Now it wants to try to cooperate just a little bit. Let's run the track on this. So there are the times, time of arrival on this storm, primarily in Clay County. We're looking at Osceola in about 26 minutes, Hatchet Creek in 34, Glades in 36, High Pine in about 50 minutes, Rays Crossroads in about 52. I'm going to adjust that just a little bit because I think we're probably looking at something more like so. And that gives us Hollins in about 6 minutes, Midway in about 13, High Pine about 43, about 50 minutes away from Ashland. This is a very slow-moving storm. All of these storms this afternoon have been moving between 15 and 25 miles per hour. So this is a slow mover. So if you're under it, you're getting copious amounts of rain, and the rain's going to last a minute. So there certainly could be some flash flooding issues this afternoon. Kelly's asking me if this weather's going to make it into northeast Georgia. I know there are some graduations taking place tonight. And some drive-through graduations. And I think northeast Georgia probably had their bout with the severe threat earlier this afternoon. We had a pretty heavy line of storms move through northeast Georgia while I was sitting on 285 waiting for the vice president to come through this afternoon. If this complex does make it up, I don't think it's going to, but if it does make it up to northeast Georgia, it's going to be quite some time. because, again, these storms are only moving about 15 to 25 miles per hour. So we're talking hours before it would make it that high. I don't think it will. I think it stays south of I-20. So I think northeast Georgia's okay from that particular complex. Now, something else. Let me go turn the national composite on. There's the national composite, and you can see that what came through North Georgia earlier today is way over in Columbia and Charlotte, headed for Fayetteville and headed for North Carolina. And then if you look back off to the west, we do have a line of storms in Tennessee from about Jackson, Tennessee, down to around Memphis. That could swing across North Alabama and North Georgia during the overnight hours. But I think any evening or nighttime events that may be taking place in North Georgia will be fine. Unless something just pops up, there certainly could be a pop-up storm because of the heat of the afternoon. But as far as the system is concerned, I don't see it. But maybe, hopefully that answered your question. Northeast Georgia. Jackie's watching us in Roanoke. Where does it say May 5th? Am I missing something? Have I got something on the board that shouldn't be? Because I see 522 on the screen. The scroll is the current weather forecast. I bet you I know what the title probably has that on it, because that was the last time I went live, I think. So that's my bad. I'll change that. See, I'm using new multi-streaming software because we're streaming now on every Facebook outlet we have. We're also streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Periscope. We're streaming on God's Country. We're streaming on Dr. Don's weather page, Central Alabama weather page, East Alabama weather group. So we're like going to like 9 different locations. And so we're using a new piece of software to be able to multi-stream to all these different locations. Oh, and we're also streaming on Dr. Don WX, my website. So in order to do all that, we're using a new piece of software, and I'm still learning it, I'll be honest with you. And each time you go live, you have to change the title. So that may be where you're getting May 5th from. I can assure you it is May 22nd, 2020. And we are looking at 5:01 p.m. Central Time, as we have a couple of counties under severe thunderstorm warnings in East Alabama, and that would be Clay County and Coosa County. And primarily for this storm down here in southwest Clay County, which I'll have to be honest with you, does not look as strong as it did. We've completely lost the hail marker. Very little. Let me turn that back. Okay. There's your lightning. Yeah, and the lightning's nothing like it was either. As a matter of fact, there's more lightning in these 2 storms up here in Talladega County than there is in this one coming up into southwest Clay. A couple of strong lightning strikes right there, but only 2 in that storm in the last 2 minutes. The lightning strikes you see on the Southern Union State Community College radar is lightning strikes in the last 2 minutes. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning now over there in, I think it's Shelby County. Yeah. That's for that storm right there at the National Weather Service office at the Shelby County Airport. But that will not get into any of our counties, so we're good there. We just lost the severe thunderstorm warnings now for Clay and Coosa County. As like I just said, that storm is not nearly as strong as it was about 30 minutes ago. So the National Weather Service has canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Clay and Coosa and replaced them with a special weather statement. So with that, we have no counties under any types of warning at this time. But again, look, folks, there's a lot of activity out there. We have numerous showers and thunderstorms. The further south you go, The stronger the storms are and the better the chance we'll see severe weather, but it can't be ruled out anywhere across central Alabama, east Alabama, or central or southern Georgia. So for some folks, it's going to be a stormy night. For other folks, not so much. Not a whole lot going on. So that's kind of where we stand. Now I'm going to go back up to the chat room and see if there's any more comments. Yeah, Chance, I guess I was in a hurry. I didn't think about changing the title, to be honest with you. I don't even see it. I got to figure out how that happened. I'll get that fixed though. Yeah, thank you, Chance. Yeah, and everybody, please, if you're watching us on YouTube, definitely please hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us on Facebook, if you don't mind, please go to YouTube and search for Dr. Don, Dr. Don's Weather, or Dr. Don WX, Don Strength, and you'll find us, and subscribe to our channel. Also, every evening when I post the primetime weather forecast, I put the link right there above the video. So all you have to do is click on that, and it'll take you to our YouTube channel, and click on subscribe. And let me tell you why that's important. Obviously, it helps us by the more subscribers we get, but what it does for you is it guarantees that you get notified when we go live, because of the way YouTube works versus Facebook. Facebook has this extravagant algorithm that they use to notify you when something happens on a group or a page that you follow. And there's no rhyme nor reason as to how that algorithm works. So sometimes you don't get notified when I go live. Now, YouTube does it totally different. They use push notifications. So if you subscribe to a channel and it goes live on YouTube, you're going to get notified, and you'll get notified immediately. So that's why we're doing this YouTube thing, because we were searching high and low, trying to find a good, reliable way for you to get notified when we go live for severe weather. And YouTube is what we've got to work with right now. So please, it's very important for you to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you get notified when we go live to cover severe weather. Shout out to all of our sponsors who make all of this possible. Of course, Southern Union, State Community College, Lenny Bowes, Anchor Roofing, Southeast Soft Wash, Bama Diesel, Auction 431 South. Thanks to Superior Heating and Air, Auction 431 South, Shepherds, Remax, BR Construction, our friends at Grassroots Lawn Care, our latest sponsor. We appreciate what all of these folks do to help us out. And folks, listen, and you really need to pay attention to what I'm telling you here. It's important. If you really want to keep Dr. Don's weather page on the air and bringing you severe weather during times of severe weather, which is certainly needed for East Alabama, support those businesses who support us, because that's what makes it possible. So all those folks that you see every night on the primetime weather forecast that support Dr. Don's weather page, Mr. Jamie Dukas over at Alpha Insurance, patronize them and let them know that you're seeing their advertisement on Dr. Don's weather page, because that's how it works. They support us, you support them, and we can keep this going and give you the weather coverage that you deserve across East Alabama and West Georgia. Heck, we're just getting started with hurricane season. You know, back when I was growing up, you didn't think about hurricanes being a major issue in Alabama. Well, times have changed. We do have issues in Alabama and Georgia with hurricanes, and the National Hurricane Center tells us there's a 60% an active hurricane season this year. So we want to make sure we keep Dr. Don's weather page on the air and keep all this working for you, because so far it has worked out really, really well. Let's see here. I just wanted to look at this Clay County storm again right quick before we end. There were some questions about the Stewartville storm, and just let me say this. That storm down in southwest Clay County is pretty much falling apart. And here's what I think's happened. You see this thing up here around Talladega? This has really robbed that southwest storm of all of its energy. This has grown much stronger up here just south of Talladega. And so this storm down here in southwest Clay has lost it. And if you look back over here in Shelby County near Columbiana, that's a monster storm growing over there. They got a severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued. And so that and this storm up here in Talladega have both taken the energy away from this storm down here in southwest Clay County. So that's not going to be an issue. Thunderstorm in Alexander City. I don't see a thunderstorm. I see some moderate rain just south of Alexander City. And I do see some... Hang on a second. Yeah. Make sure we had the latest loop in there. Yeah, you did have one frame right there where you had... Right there. That's southern Alexander City. You did have one little bitty blip come through there. But that has moved on east of Alexander City and actually has fallen apart. And then south of Alexander City, you get down there around Our Town, back up to Fish Pond. You got some heavy rain down there as well. But nothing severe in Alexander City at all, not even close. You can see that stuff down there around Alex City versus this stuff up here to the north. And that one right there just south of Talladega is front and row center stage right this moment. That's looking pretty good. So you folks over in northern Clay County, you see I told you just a few moments ago that those two cells would probably merge. Look what happens. You see they're separate right there. Now, we'll move ahead 2, 3, 4 frames. Boom. They have merged. And that's why they've grown. That's why that cell has grown so strong all of a sudden. Tremendous amount of lightning there. So probably north of Lineville, up there around Delta, and on up around the mountain, you're going to have to deal with this. Probably be pretty cool here in a few minutes. The next 10 minutes or so to go look at the Mount Cheahaw camera, because you can probably be able to see this storm coming at it. And with the sun sitting behind the clouds, that'll probably be a pretty cool shot. Yeah, Kelly, it was bad in Habersham. That's while I was sitting on 285 waiting on Vice President Pence to come through. That's when that storm came through Hall and Habersham and White and Lumpkin, and I was watching it on radar, and it did look pretty rough. As a matter of fact, we were trying to get up 985 so we could catch the tail end of it. You know, a good Friday afternoon thunderstorm is always welcome. Well, we couldn't get there because the vice president had the traffic held up. Hello, new site. Shane, nice to have you with us. Heather says she has family in Shelby and Chilton. I do too. I've got family in Chilton and Jefferson. And Autauga. And Elmore. And Randolph. And North Carolina. Sherry, this will be, if you're talking about the stuff over in Clay County, this is going to last storm. So, another couple of hours probably. But then as you look at the big picture, there's lots of stuff out there. I mean, this stuff over here in West Alabama, north of Demopolis, over there around Utah, all that's got to come through. And if we're moving east, northeast, then this stuff over here in West Alabama's got a pretty good shot of making it into East Alabama. And I think as soon as we lose the heat of the day, these storms will start fading away. Probably by 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, all of this will be done. But until then, we got scattered thunderstorms all across central, west central, and east Alabama. This is going to continue. Now, the areas that have already had heavy thunderstorms probably won't get your next round. Will probably be a little lighter because the atmosphere has been raked over pretty good in your area. But those of you that maybe have escaped the heavy thunderstorms so far still stand a fairly good chance at seeing one before the afternoon's over with. Again, the primary threat from these storms is going to be gusty straight line winds, and even though it's not a product of severe lightning, lightning is awful with some of these storms. You could see, let's go back up there to Talladega. Every time I start to wrap this up, that Talladega storm starts looking a little more intense. Yeah, Waldo's not a good place to be right this minute. I can almost guarantee it. Those bigger lightning strikes right there, some pretty heavy stuff. We're talking 1.27 joules right there. That's strong. And then the smaller strikes they're lightning strikes. A lightning strike's a lightning strike. If it hits you, you're in trouble. But those bigger ones can set off forest fires and that sort of thing. But you see a lot of lightning strikes right there. 51 strikes in the last 2 minutes. Now let me go down so I can make sure we're only looking at that storm. And let's see what the count is. Okay, I see 2 or 3 strikes over there to the left of the screen. So if you take those out, we're looking at about 30 strikes in the last 2 minutes out of this one storm. And this is just south of Talladega, near Waldo. Moving on. I know this shows it moving southeast, but it's moving more east. Let's just put it in motion. Let's see. Well, what's happened is the two cells combined, so then it now does have more of a southern component to it. Actually, that track has been pretty consistent to the southeast. I think it's still more of an eastern track, though. Maybe just a shade bit to the right of due east. So Lineville, Delta, Barfield, and even on down the road over here in western Randolph, Pine Tucky, Foster's Crossroads, Wedowee Marine, Lake Wedowee. We got to watch out for this one. That stuff down there in southwest Clay, seriously, folks, it's thunder shower, but that's about all there is to that one. The show is up here, just south of Talladega near Waldo. There's zero question about that. And right now, I'm going to say the biggest threat in this storm is going to be that lightning. Now, the radar says there is a 100% chance of hail and a 40% chance of severe hail at 1 inch in diameter. When that severe probability gets above 30, you have to start paying attention to it. So, and it's there. So that could be some pretty significant hail. The area is not very large, but a couple of small spots of some significant hail could be falling there. And with that much lightning, I would not at all be surprised. Thank you, Chance. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got to watch out for Miss Mary's frogs. We can't let anything happen to her frogs. All right, folks, so that is going to wrap it up for this. Hang on one second. The thing I wanted to check right. National Weather Service is issuing a significant weather advisory now for Clay County. And that's going to be for this sail up here just south of Talladega that is slowly sliding to the east-southeast. And then you got this stuff down here in southwestern Clay County that's moving off to the northeast. So all this is going to come together right over Clay County. Which doesn't mean anything other than you're going to have a lot of rain. And you got this stuff back over here that's coming your way as well. So they've issued a severe thunderstorm warning now for Talladega County and a significant weather advisory for Clay County. All right, so folks, what's happened here is I've lost the chat room, and I don't know why. Again, understand, this is all brand new technology, and I'm figuring it out as we go. Oh, wait a minute, there it is, it's back. Okay, I don't know why. It just popped back in there. So Clark's telling me light rain and sun shining in Rock Mills. Can see rainbow looking toward Georgia line from his house. Storm moving into Georgia. Thanks for that report, Clark. I appreciate it. Estimated time of the storms reaching Wedowee. They're so far out it's hard to tell. Melanie, this stuff, they're moving like 15 to 25 miles per hour. So, we're looking at least an hour before they get into Randolph, if they survive that long. And then probably another 30 minutes to Wedowee. So, you're probably looking at 90 minutes. Probably 6:45, 7 o'clock, something like that. Well, I just figured something out. Cool. Well, we just reached a milestone. We just received 100 messages today on RealStream. Cool. I'm going to stay with this just a minute because we're going to see what happens with this storm because it is intensifying. But just to let you guys know that we hit over 100,000 views our last round of severe weather. I was amazed April was a year ago when we hit 17,000 from the Wedowee tornado. But this last severe weather episode that we had, we went over 100,000 views. And that's just amazing. And it's all because of you guys and the fact that you share this with your friends and your friends share it with their friends, and it's good stuff. Dan, I just answered that question about 3 messages up, but probably somewhere around 90 minutes or so, hour and a half before this stuff gets into Randolph County. And understand, these storms are moving very slow, and the complexity of these storms are changing. I mean, they're severe for, 15 or 20 minutes, and then they play out, and another section of the storm goes severe, and it plays out. And so there's no guarantee that these storms will be severe when they make it into Randolph County. I mean, you're still, 25, 30 miles or so away from the Randolph County line, and they're moving very slowly. So we'll just have to hang on and see. But I'd say probably, hour and a half, you'll at least have some rain in Wedowee. Probably about 45 minutes to an hour, you'll have some rain on the Clay County, Randolph County line, and then it'll slowly move across Randolph County just like the last line did. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for Clay. Right now we have just a significant weather advisory we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Talladega. Right now we only have a significant weather advisory for Clay. But that's not surprising because this afternoon they're not warning multiple counties for the same storm at one time. These are storms are moving very slowly, so they got plenty of time to issue warnings on them. You bet, Mike. Anytime, dude. Thank you, Kay. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Dan. You the man, Dan. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. All right, so folks, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the radar up, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I was about to wind it down until that storm in Talladega went severe. So I'm not going to take the feed down. I'm going to leave it up, but I am going to take a break for about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back with you on Dr. Don's weather page. Chance you keep them in line while I'm gone, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don with you, and Dr. Don's weather page. On the Dr. Don Weather Page Network this afternoon, we are multi-streaming across all of our Facebook platforms and our YouTube and Periscope platforms, and sending out information over Twitter. If you would, please, if you get a chance, go to our YouTube page and hit that subscribe button so that you'll get notified when we go live for severe weather. That helps our numbers on YouTube as well. Even if you don't generally watch YouTube, that's a good way to make sure that you get notified when we go live for severe weather. And we're also streaming live over on our website, DrDonWX.com. That's DrDonWX.com. Lots of cool information over there about weather. We're in the process of revamping our website and putting more information on there for you folks who like to listen to God's Country. If you'd like to download their Mixler app so you can listen to them on your phone or Bluetooth your phone to your radio, you can go to Dr. Don's website and download that Mixler app. All you got to do is click on God's Country in the menu on the top of the page. That'll take you to the God's Country page where you can listen to them live there on my website, or download the Mixler app and listen to them on your phone. And I'll tell you, it's a cool thing. You can, like I said, you can Bluetooth it to your radio in your car, and then you can listen to them anywhere in the whole wide world as long as you have data or Wi-Fi access. Judy Owens is in the house. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Judy. We are watching some nasty thunderstorms across East Alabama. The National Weather Service just now dropping the severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for Talladega County. So the storm has calmed down a little bit. And we do have a special weather statement that's in effect now for Clay. And that's for this cell coming out of Talladega, now moving into north central Clay and moving a little bit south of due east. So let's go down to street level in Clay County, and I'll give you some reference points on where the weather is at this time. And if this radar cone is correct, and let me verify this. Now, we've lost the hail core completely on this storm. And so, yeah, I think maybe we will see some stuff in Ashland. I think it will, we've got rain moving into Ashland now. That's the leading edge of this. I think the absolute heaviest part of this storm is probably going to stay a little bit north of Ashland, maybe between Bowden Grove and Ashland, and maybe split between Lineville and Ashland as it moves southeast. But we've lost the hail core completely, so this storm is not anything like it was about 30 minutes ago. Even the storm back over here in that's still in Talladega, just north of Sylacauga, back over around Childersburg, doesn't look as strong as it did earlier. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I said before I took a break just a few moments ago. Areas that have already had a pretty heavy thunderstorm already this afternoon, and you guys had some stuff in Clay County earlier today, you're probably not going to see anything as strong as what you had earlier, because the atmosphere's been raked over pretty good. So when these storms fire up over there in Talladega and then move east, they're running into atmosphere that's just not as conducive as it once was. Folks, I've got a phone call I've got to take. I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, Dr. Don back in here with you in Dr. Don's weather page. And we got some stuff going on with my primary job. So right now we have no severe weather watches or warnings in effect for East Alabama. We do have some heavy thunder showers around. Nothing severe at the moment. Let me zoom out and show you the big picture. There's a lot of it down in South Alabama. But we're generally talking about movement to the east. Even though some of the individual storms from time to time are moving northeast, and then occasionally they swing back to the east, and the individual cells within these storms, when they get really strong, they kind of veer off to the southeast. But general motion is to the east this afternoon. I'll put it in motion and show you what I'm talking about. To the east, maybe a little bit to the northeast. So I still think that the majority of this stuff will stay south of I-85, with the exception of the storms that are already north of I-85. They're going to move on off to the east. So Randolph, Chambers, Tallapoosa, Coosa, even over into West Georgia, heavy cell up there now near Carrollton, Heard County, even down into Troup and Harris County. You got several more hours of scattered showers and thunderstorms to go, but right now the good news is we don't have anything severe. So having said all of that, I now have to leave you because I have got to go work on a rescue mission or search mission for a missing person in my coverage area. So I'm going to do that. Also, we'll monitor the weather. If we have anything severe pop up, I will at least post on Facebook for you. Not sure I'll be able to come back live in the next hour or so unless it's something really bad, which I don't expect. I think we're just looking at scattered afternoon thunderstorms this afternoon. Occasionally they could go severe, but you areas that have already received heavy rain this afternoon most likely would not see anything severe out of what is yet to come. So that'll wrap up our coverage for this afternoon. Thank you all for joining us. Again, I'll continue to post weather information on Facebook throughout the rest of the afternoon, and we'll watch your weekend weather for you. And I'll have your primetime forecast coming up real soon here on Dr. Don's weather page. Thank you all for joining us with our live coverage this afternoon on Dr. Don's weather page.